And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Defense Force FC versus Juventus de Cayes. CONCACAF Caribbean Cup 2025 group stage, Group B. Same group as Cibao and Cavalier. Defense Force from Trinidad, Juventus de Cayes from Haiti. We are here and we're ready to go. I don't know that much French, so it's just going to be English for this game because neither of these countries speak Spanish. How we doing, Sean? CONCACAF Caribbean Cup group stage, Group B. We begin. We'll also be live for Alianza versus Alajuelense later tonight. Both games on Fox Soccer Plus. So if you ain't paying for it, you just have to listen to me talk. Or, well, I don't even know if the FoxSports.com thing works anymore because they started their own freaking direct-to-consumer bullshit. So, I don't know. I don't even know if that works anymore. Let me go to FoxSports.com. Not that I'm going to click on it, but if at least it still shows watch, then they still do. Okay. Whatever. FoxSports.com. Well, back to Fox Sports. Here we go. Game about to start. Oh, there still is the watch tab. And somehow it doesn't send you to Fox 1. Okay. How we doing, son? Big game time? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, we'll be live for all of Alianza versus Alajuelense. And then we'll review that game as it is as well. Actually, this shit ain't loading. They may not do that anymore. Huh. Maybe it ain't live TV anymore on FoxSports.com. Okay. Maybe this shit just ain't loading for me. I have no idea. May not make any sense. Defense Force at Cibao have exiting the group. Weymouth Wells haven't played yet. They'll start playing next week. Cavalier has 0 points with a -2 goal differential because they lost to Cibao. Defense Force and Juventus de Cayes playing to start off top 2. And Defense Force hosts this game at Hazley Crawford Stadium in Trinidad. In England, I mean, that kind of doesn't make... You could probably still watch the Goldbridge streams, though, for free. Then again, I'm sure you don't have a problem with that because you watch my streams. It's kind of the similar thought process, except I don't get paid by these leagues. Should I? Probably. But we'll shut up about that. Yeah. I'm surprised. So the CFU Cup is so bad now. A team who probably had no business making the final made the final. There's always one of those, though. Who am I kidding? There's always one of those. Who am I kidding? Starting 11s, by the way. We almost forgot. ESPN has a Messi tracker. What do you know? Starting 11 for Defense Force. In goal, we have Baguette. The back four, Garcia, Gonzalez, Peters, Araujo, Wilson. The midfield four of Felix, Bertrand, Keller, Thomas, and the front two of Henry and Kevin Molino. Kevin Molino gets the start. Former MLS legend, Kevin Molino. Multiple clubs as well. Minnesota. Didn't he play for Columbus? Kevin Molino's played for a good couple of clubs in MLS. He has. Now, of course, back in Trinidad. Starting 11 for Juventus de Cayes, Francois in goal. The back four of Del Force, Philippot, Luzal, Olivier. The midfield four of Claude, Elston, Gillot, Charles, and the front two of Fede and Gabriel. They actually only do have 2 substitutes. They are on the road, though. There still is political problems in Haiti, so that probably has something to do with it. Probably. But yeah, only 2 subs on the bench. You are correct. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way, but you are correct. Two substitutions, yes. I'm glad with what Cracker Barrel just pulled. I'm glad that locally I have another place that's similar, that has a similar restaurant and store vibe that isn't Cracker Barrel, that is Southern food. And it sounds like the food there is damn good, by the way. I haven't tried it. It's been a long time, I should say. But, yeah, Eckert's. The Orchard place. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's set up like a Cracker Barrel, but... So I guess I could make a point if I wanted to. What's the problem? Like... I don't get it. But either way, everybody's saying the logo sucks. Everybody. I've seen everybody, all creeds, all peoples, say the new Cracker Barrel logo sucks. That just shows you how bad you screwed up. That just shows you how bad you screwed up. But then again, their food's starting to suck anyway. It ain't right. It ain't right. Let me tell you, it done. They were falling off a cliff anyway, so that's fine. Either way, where can I see the game? USA, Fox Soccer Plus. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Let's see. Oh, they moved the watch tab. In the Caribbean, you have ESPN. And Central America as well. Mexico, you have Tubi, which I'm sure it's Fox, Deportes en Español channel. CONCACAF YouTube channel, anywhere else. So like England, Canada, there you go. But I got Fox Soccer Plus. Well, that's really. I wonder what channel. With that being said, the game will get going very soon, and then we'll be live and reviewing for Alianza versus Alajuelense. Teams are walking out. Defense Force in yellow and blue. Those are some cool jerseys, though. Those are some cool jerseys. Juventus de Cayes in blue and white stripes on the front. I like those Defense Force jerseys, though. I love them. Those are awesome. It's cool. Red Bull plays Charlotte this weekend, and Toronto plays Atlanta on Sunday. I agree, actually. I do agree. Nations-wise, I think so. And the way the Caribbean Cup has become, giving it its own tournament and own ecosystem, like, I hate that the CONCACAF League is dead for Forge's sake, but I still think they should let the CPL teams play Central American Cup because Forge could hang. But either way, I hate how they killed the CONCACAF League for Forge's sake, but for the Caribbean sake, club football-wise, allowing the Club Shield to qualify 2 teams to the Caribbean Cup, and then the 10 best teams of Caribbean football playing each other in the Caribbean Cup, 3 of those teams making the Champions Cup from that, I think that's good. And I think nationally, when it comes to national teams, the Nations League, and more games these teams play are a good thing. And the way they've made these World Cup qualifiers set up to where these teams play more games as well over the past 2 cycles is a good thing. It's a very good thing. The more games, the bigger games, the better. So, yes, I agree. Starting 11, Baguette, Felix, Gonzalez, Peters, Garcia, Keller, Molino, Wilson, Thomas, Henry and Bertrand. Oh, Molino's playing the 10. At this point, Miami or Galaxy. Where can I see the game? If you're in the Caribbean, ESPN. USA, Fox Soccer Plus. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. South America, ESPN, Tubi in Mexico. Rion Radix, the center ref. I'm just going by what CONCACAF posted, by the way. Means I'm going to get some good views, though. So, at least for 5 seconds. At least the numbers are going to be there. Exactly. That helps, too. Star 11, Francois, Charles, Fede, Delforce, Gabriel, Claude, Elliston, Olivier, Loisao, Gillot, and Filippo. And there's only 2 substitutes for Juventus de Cayes, Durante and Lapacer. Yeah, that's going to be horrible. That's going to end horribly. 2 substitutions. 8 players are going to have to go. Well, 9 players are going to have to go 90 minutes. Depends on when they want to make their subs. This could get ugly for Juventus de Cayes. I'm watching on Fox Soccer Plus. Not tonight for the Americans, but for Mexico, yes. Hey, I mean, that's what you expected. Score prediction? I mean, if you have 2 subs. Defense force, 4-0. 4-0 defense force. This feels like it's going to get ugly fast. And Kevin Molino's there. So Kevin Molino single-handedly turns back the clock to like 2017. Yeah, 4-0. 4-0 defense force. This could get ugly pretty quickly. The question is do they just let it stay at 4, score as many goals as they can? Here comes defense force. Quickly, forward. Oh, bounces back. Well, it's a Caribbean Cup game, so do that what you will. Hey, you said it yourself. Playing forward, picks up the ball, and defense force is already on them like Watt on rice. It's going to get ugly quick. Well, unless you're a defense force fan. If you're a Juventus de Cayes fan, this is about to get ugly. But what about Real Hope? Real Hope actually was good. And they never were put to a position where they only had 2 subs a game. Real Hope was actually good. Big ups to them, by the way. I mean, if you only have 2 subs, it's not going to be pretty. It feels like COVID. Or if this was a Cuban team, I'm not saying. Feels like a Cuban team like midway through the Gold Cup when they knew they were eliminated and half their players defected. It's like, well, we're not moving on. Let's defect. 5 subs. 3, 4, 5 subs. What? It happened. That was uncalled. Somebody's going to be like, that Cuba shot was uncalled for. And I'll be like, what? It happened. Cuba, there were a lot of Cuban players whenever they played on North American soil that defected after their team was eliminated from a tournament. Carballo's a good player. I just think he needs a team that fits him more, which honestly, that is Portland. They picked him up for a reason. I think Carballo had a good ceiling. Did he hit it with Red Bull? No, but there were flashes. I just don't think he really fit the Red Bull system as much as they thought he would. It's like F1, really. It's not the first time Red Bull's made a mistake with a young, talented player. In this case, a player. Yeah, they have potential, but they never really get fostered to have their potential break through. Look at their driving. Look at their F1 team. It's not the first time. Basically, Felipe Carballo was Pierre Gasly or Alex Albon. Yeah. Or Liam Lawson. Yeah. Playing over the top. Header. Caught. 0-0, 4th minute. Basically, Carballo was the football version of Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, Liam Lawson. Take your pick. Playing forward. Cross in. Saved by the keeper. Shot. Played down and cleared. They got lucky there. Juventus de Cayes. They got lucky there. They got lucky there. Wow. They got lucky there. I'm surprised they didn't score. I'm surprised they didn't score. I don't know what's luckier. Miami last night or Juventus de Cayes right now. I still can't believe that double post happened. Playing forward. That's out for a corner. Corner for Juventus de Cayes. Playing forward, loses the ball, but still no free kick. Nope, it is a free kick. Referee took like 5 seconds to call it. 5-10 seconds to call it. He's like, is it though? Okay, it is. Okay. It's like, ooh. Where can I watch it? Caribbean, ESPN. America, Fox Soccer Plus. Mexico, Tubi. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. South America, ESPN. Central America, ESPN. So that's where you can watch it. Mexico, Tubi. Or if you have a VPN, just set your VPN to Canada and watch it on YouTube. If you want to do that. Or I guess that too. I'm just saying the legal ways, but either way. 7 minutes. But I guess there are other ways. Defense force playing forward. Cross in. I'm fine. I'm fine saying it. I'm used to it. Eight minutes in. Cross in. That's going to go to keeper. Saves it. Molino looking sharp. Dude should still, I don't know. Dude could still be playing in MLS. I didn't say a star, but dude could still do a job at MLS level. Of course, he should be looking solid. Again, that's if you're in Canada or in England, or if you have a VPN that you set to Canada or England. As I said, Caribbean has ESPN. CONCACAF's YouTube channel is Canada, England. I'm thinking of countries that have big diasporas. Why say it that way? There's only certain countries that can watch this game on their YouTube channel without a VPN. If you have a VPN, set it to that country. ESPN's in the Caribbean. I'm going by what CONCACAF posted on their website. And I'm only speaking about legal ways to watch the match. 9 minutes in. Well, playing forward, that'll be cleared away by Juventus to Cayes. Well, VPN is probably more legal than some other ways. Nine minutes in, 0-0. I honestly don't know the third-party sites to watch this game on, because every Caribbean Cup game I've watched has been either on Fox Sports app, Fox Soccer Plus, Tubi, or FS2. I've watched it legally. Playing forward, or at least authenticated channels. Could have been 2-0. Whenever I find one, it ends up getting deleted anyway. My luck, whenever I find a site that does good friendlies, or like whenever I have to stream a game that isn't legal, like on a third-party website, I find it, it works, and then by the time I need it again, it gets deleted. So, like, say the Canada game doesn't get shown live on FS2, because it can. It should. If that happens next month, I'm going to have to search up a new site just to find the Canada game. And it's possible, considering, it's during European qualifiers and they're playing in Europe. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's like I find a site that works and then it's freaking deleted the next time I look for it. That's my luck, right? Could have been 2-0. A lot of the game has been defense force going after Juventus de Cayes. Juventus de Cayes has only had one corner. Let me check the stats. Please tell me. Of course it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, they've only had like one shot. Really just one corner. Defense force has dominated this game. Very much so, but I'm not surprised at all. Well, they have that much of a problem with ESPN Plus. Free kick for defense force. Top of the box. Gerson gets a yellow card. He got fouled just on the line. So free kick right on the line. Oh, Moreno gets fouled right in the semicircle. So right before the line. But that's a really good free kick area, especially for Kevin Moreno. There's no way, right? Kevin Moreno, if he takes this free kick, I hate to tell you, this is going in. I have a good feeling about it. I have a whole hell of a lot of respect for Kevin Molino. MLS legend. He still should be in MLS. It's crazy that he's not. It's crazy that he's not. If I was them, I'd let him take the free kick, but guess not. I know they're going to be easy to beat, but okay. Y'all are cooked. Thomas takes it over the bar. If Defense Force loses this game, they're cooked. If they draw this game, they're probably cooked. Like, they better win. Them losing would be an absolute disgrace. Like, this defense, or this Juventus de Cayes team, by the way, playing against them in Trinidad, Defense Force hosts this game, Hazley Crawford Stadium. I'll tell you, if they lose this game at home in their own country against this team who's absolutely getting owned, disgrace. Yeah, I thought he was in Columbus. Yeah. I think he was there when they won the MLS Cup with Caleb Porter. Of course, not with Wolff or Nancy. Yeah, he was there in 2020. Wait. He was coached by Caleb Porter, I think. I know that for sure. Or was it the Champions League run they had? Either way. 15th minute. It feels like that long ago. Playing over the top. Now you're making me wonder if I'm right. Kevin Molino, there we go. Corner for Defense Force. Yeah, he played for the Crew when they had the new logo, so 2021 to 2023. He just went there after the MLS Cup in 2020. Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah. Cross in. He went there the year they started defending the title. Save. Yeah. He went to Columbus the year they were defending the title. The reason why I connected him to Columbus's title is because Kevin Molino was a big part of that conference final when he played Seattle, and then Seattle came back and won 3-2. And then Seattle made the final. Remember? Kevin Molino did a lot that game to give Minnesota the lead that they had before they ultimately blew it. And then Minnesota went and played Columbus in the final. Or Seattle went and played Columbus in the final, and then Molino went to Columbus. That's why. See, that's why it blurred a little bit for me. I was thinking of the 2020 postseason. Him being minutes away from making the final against Columbus and then going to Columbus as soon as that tournament was over. Or that season was over. There you go. So that's why it melded together. That's why. "17th minute, 0-0. This is going to be tough for Defense Force. They'll get a goal. They should be up already. I don't think, and let's be real, Juventus de Cayes, I don't think they've been good defensively. I think they've been lucky that they're not down. Yeah, their goalie's made a good couple of saves, but he's definitely not made them look easy. Damn near spilled the thing like 3 times. I'd have a heart attack if I was the coach watching that goalie play, in my opinion. So do with that what you will. 18th minute. Playing forward. Defense force. Oh, that was a little bit overplayed. 19th minute. Cross. Oh, there we go. Defense force keeper. He hasn't had to do much considering defense force has barely had to play defense, which is kind of ironic if you think about it. You know, defense force haven't had to play defense. It's kind of funny, you know. I know it's a team that was set up by Army guys. I get that's why it's called defense force. I was trying to make a pun out of it. "19th minute. I thought it was good. Defense force has barely had to play defense. Playing forward. That was a horrible pass. Okay, that was bad. Playing forward, but defenders right there to make sure. So, hey, there was a defensive play by defense force. Yeah, I am. 20th minute. Picked up. There we go. The defense force keeper picks that up. Douglas Luiz to Forrest on loan. Isn't that the one? Hold on. Isn't that the dude? Wasn't that the guy who used to be with Alicia Lehman? That guy? Throw in. Oh, okay. "20th minute, 0-0. He was at Juventus because his girlfriend went there. Then I think they're broken up, so I think they are, from last I heard. Or I should say last I heard. I don't know shit. I don't care either. There's no reason for me to care. I will say, like, the first time I ever felt sorry for Asho's speed was when Alicia Lehman tried to make him buy her a Rolex. That girl's a toxica. I don't think Speed bought her the Rolex, right? That goes wide. Saved. But that'll be a corner for defense force. Francois makes a save, but it's a corner for defense force. I have no reason to care, though. Ball crossed in. Header. Yeah. Also, damn near spills the ball back into traffic or gives away a corner. Dude does not know how to control his rebounds. He does not know. It is Caribbean football, but the Francois, the keeper from Juventus de Cayes, the one who's actually had to do work tonight, or actually most of the work. Yeah, there's been like one save by Defense Forces keeper, but when we say keeper makes a save, just assume, at this point, just assume we're talking about Francois from Juventus de Cayes. I would just assume it. If I look shocked, that's probably because it was the defense force keeper who made the save. At this point, I think it's just safe to assume that it's Francois from Juventus de Cayes when I say keeper makes a save or such. Or we're talking about a keeper at this point right now. Just assume. Playing forward. 23rd minute, 0-0. I'm surprised it's still tied. I don't know if I'd be worried right now. If I was a defense force fan, I don't know if I'd be worried right now. Still tied. Moreno plays it forward. He's dropping way too deep. I gotta say, that's a problem. That's a problem. Moreno's dropping way too deep. Way too deep. I mean, the one save he had to make, yeah, it was good. '24th minute. Out for a throw. The fact that Kevin Molino's dropping so far back to pick up the ball, that's definitely part of the problem. That's not a good look. That's definitely some that could be some you could look at and say, yeah, that's possibly a problem. Playing forward. And he loses the ball. Just whiffs on the pass and loses the ball, but they get it back. Thomas, come on now, man. Come on now. Steps up. Moreno does not get the ball. Can be cleared by defense or Juventus de Cayes. Thomas doing too much. Yep. See you, Sean. Enjoy your conditioning training in the morning with your team. Enjoy it. And no free kick. Yeah, that was not a free kick. That was, I wouldn't say a dive, but that was definitely nothing more than he went down. 25th minute. Good call by the ref. Advantage played. Juventus de Cayes trying to find a way through, but it gets headed away. And defense force just lackadaisically just pops the ball backwards, and now it's a free kick for Juventus de Cayes. And a yellow card on defense force. What a dumb tackle. Well, I mean, I could probably. I think they do show those games on Twitch as well if you're watching it on TV. The app. But I'm watching this game, so it's either that or watch the Patriots. But it's preseason. I'm fine. I'll just pay attention to the score of that and the Steelers game. I said it doesn't matter to me for a reason. I said the Alicia Lehman stuff doesn't matter to me for a reason. If I can't get it through YouTube TV, no. I'll keep ESPN Plus, the 11 a month or whatever. But the 30 a month, I'm not paying 30 a month for WWE pay-per-views and nothing else because I still have the ESPN channels on YouTube TV. The only way I'm watching a WWE pay-per-view is if I could get it for free because I could sign into the unlimited through YouTube TV. So I got to wait for that to become a thing. They say it should be done by the end of the year. And the good news is John Cena's retirement match is on Peacock with Saturday night's main event. So it's going to suck if I have to miss his Intercontinental Championship winning match. But, you know, I don't know what to believe. I don't know if it's free with YouTube TV yet, but they say if it's not, it should be by the end of the year. But the thing about it is YouTube TV and ESPN, their carriage agreement is going to run out at the end of the year. So they should be able to quickly fix it to have a new agreement that starts now, clears out the old one, and gives you the authentication. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, here's the problem, though. I have ESPN Plus, and I have all the ESPN channels on YouTube TV. I'm not going to use the app to watch the channels. The only thing I'm using that app for, if I had to pay $30 a month, is to watch WWE pay-per-views, and it's only 6 of the 12 because of the stupid league called MLS playing games on Saturday nights when WWE moved their damn pay-per-views to Saturday nights. So there's only like 6 pay-per-views I could watch, whether it's a Sunday of a 2-week or 2-night show or the shows before the season even starts or after it ends. That's like 6 pay-per-views a year. Or if somehow TFC ain't playing that Saturday. What about if they're like in Perth and it's 4 a.m? Well, okay, that works too. But if I only can watch 6 pay-per-views a year for $30 a month, I ain't paying $30 a month for that's all I'm paying it for. You're out of your mind. I'll pay $11 a month for Football Americas or whatever else I can watch on ESPN Select. If I could still watch the NHL games, that would be nice. And MLB TV once they add it on, I guess. But I'm not. And the problem with ESPN is I'm confused. Like, I'm legitimately confused what's unlimited and what's select. Like, they don't really do a good job of telling you which is which. Like, where's Football Americas going to be? Is that still select or is that going to unlimited? MLB TV, when that becomes a thing and ESPN buys it and they put all the games on ESPN, is it going to be unlimited or plus select? What about the NHL? I know the WWE's unlimited. I know the channels, if you stream them over the top, are under unlimited. What else? Basically, what I know now is all I could do if I'm paying $30 a month is 6 WWE pay-per-views out of 12. I'm not paying $30 a month for that when I already get the linear channels on YouTube TV. And if I could still watch Football Americas, which I think I can, still having the $11.99 select, which used to be plus. It's same with NHL, and we'll see about MLB. What do I need it for besides the WWE? If I could sign in from YouTube TV to get that for free, I'll do it. But I ain't spending $30 a month for 6 WWE pay-per-views out of 12. You're out of your mind. You're absolutely out of your mind. And the thing that sucks about it is, guess what's going straight to Paramount? The UFC. And by the way, this is what pisses me off more, is that the UFC on Paramount Plus is going to be for free. Not just fight nights, but even the numbered pay-per-views. I could watch every UFC show for free on Paramount Plus with my subscription. But WWE, TKO, because they own both, they made people pay $30 a month for WWE main roster pay-per-views. If you can't sign in for free through YouTube TV. I'm not doing that. The ROI makes no sense. If the stuff I want on ESPN Plus is still on ESPN Plus for $11.99 a month, and I still have the linear channels on YouTube TV, what's the point? I'm retiring with John Cena. I'm done. Besides, I don't give a shit about anybody but Sami Zayn. That's about it. Once John's gone, I legit don't give a shit about anybody. Like, if John's gone, like, I could give a shit about anybody else except Sammy. That's about it. I don't give a shit about Solo. I don't give a shit about Roman. I don't give a shit about Jacob Fatu. Honestly, the women's division has more stars that I may actually care about than the men's division once John Cena walks away. Yeah, I still want Sammy to be world champion. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If YouTube TV makes me pay $30 a month, for 6 pay-per-views that I'm able to watch out of the 12, yeah, I will. When John walks, I'm walking. If YouTube TV finally allows you to just sign in and I get them for free, Well, then I'll watch them. It's on you, YouTube TV. You decide. You decide. Make the damn deal. You decide. It's all about you, Google. You decide. Make the deal. Do I walk with John or do I still watch this company? It's not like it's good anyway. I don't know. It's just, it pisses me off even more because TKO owns the UFC too. It's like they know they screwed up because all the UFC stuff is for free. As long as you have Paramount Plus, which I do. And I like the UFC. I always have. I'm confused. I'm completely confused about this ESPN bullshit. Is all I'm saying. I'm confused. Playing forward, save by Juventus de Cayes. I'm confused about all this bullshit. That's all I'm saying. I'm confused. I'm confused. But hey, I can still watch the Mississippi State games. Oh, we'll see what happens with those too, by the way. Will those still be select? When I'm only watching 6 pay-per-views a year because of TFC playing on Saturday nights and WWE had to move the pay-per-views to Saturday nights, if I was watching every pay-per-view, I might consider it because if you divide 6 by 30, well, actually, I mean, yeah, it's better than $60 a month, but when that happened, I wasn't paying $60 a month, by the way. I was a kid. And the good news is for me, I only did that for a year. Because when I really got into WWE, they only did that for a year before they went to the network. And then that was just $9.99 a month, which was awesome. We really didn't know how good we had it, didn't we? And I'm not saying, but it's just cost-benefit analysis for me. I have the ESPN linear channels on YouTube TV itself. I don't need the app to watch the channels. If I could still watch Football Americas with the $11.99 from ESPN Select, which was Plus, I don't need to get the unlimited app. If I could still watch the NHL through Select, Leafs games, which I could watch all of them except for a couple that's on regular TV, which I don't watch all 82, but either way, I don't need the unlimited app. Same for the Blue Jays when MLB TV moves on to ESPN. After the lockout, probably. But I don't need unlimited. It's the cost-benefit analysis. Now, if I have to watch NHL through the unlimited, if that's the only way I can, or if there's Mississippi State games that I have to use unlimited for instead of just select, then I might consider otherwise. But if all I'm paying $30 for is 6 out of the 12 pay-per-views, that's a bad cost-benefit analysis. It's bad. Like, that's a stupid ROI. And it's not like there's any return on investment because I'm not covering those pay-per-views. The good thing about hockey is I might be covering hockey. I might be covering Mississippi State, depending on the week. I might cover the Blue Jays, depending on how much the game means. Football Americas, it gives me my news every 2 days a week when it comes to CONCACAF that I may have missed. Or do I agree with the talking points that somebody brings up? So on and so forth. Football matches like La Liga, I might cover it. Who knows? You know, but I never have gone live for a wrestling show unless there's another big pandemic. And that's all I can do, right? So, and I don't foresee that happening again. So there's no ROI there at all. It's just for my fun. It's just for my entertainment. And then again, as I said, besides John Cena, I don't really have, besides, well, John Cena and Sami Zayn, I truly don't have a connection and a fan connection to any of these guys on the roster right now. Like, if it ain't John or Sammy, I'm honestly, like, do I really care? Like, do I really care? I don't even know if Kevin Owens is going to be back. That's probably the next guy I care the most about, and he might be completely retired. Like, Kevin Owens, who says he's going to be back? You know? I don't know. I hope he comes back. That would be nice. I think Kevin is awesome. And they were finally using him right for once. Shot off the post. They finally were using him right. And then he gets hurt, and he might lose his whole career because it was the same thing Edge went through and other people. Spinal stenosis. Neck injury. Not Tyson Kidd level, but, you know, I don't know if Kevin's going to be back. I'm a big fan of Kevin Owens. But the sad thing is, I don't know if he's going to be back. So there's that. He may be gone. Sammy's still there, but who knows for how long. John's gone at the end of the year. And that's my guy. Always has been. Always will be. Even when he did that stupid heel turn, that's my guy. Always will be. I don't know, man. But playing forward, but we're back. I'm sorry for getting sidetracked, y'all. I'm sorry. I just don't know, man. That's all. I hope this resolves itself. That's all I'm saying. I hope I'm only complaining for like a month or two, if anything. 40th minute. Playing forward. That's picked up. Cleared the damn ball out, offside. But again, to fully summarize my point, ESPN is being so coy. I can't even really do a real cost-benefit analysis on the $30. I really can't. So I only could go with what they've given me. And YouTube TV is dragging their feet like punks. So I don't know, man. 41st minute. That's all I'm saying. Offside. Almost damn halftime, 0-0. Yep, we have 5 minutes left before stoppage time. But I'll focus on the football. We will have to take a break at the half. So don't get mad at that. I can't believe this is still tied. Defense force is still they're close. It's not like they aren't. .42 minute. I could definitely see an MLS team picking up that Juventus de Cayes goalkeeper for MLS Next Pro after the Champions. Well, let's see if they get to the Champs Cup. It might be in December. I don't know. Toronto's good, though. Probably some non-affiliated team or whatever. Like Carolina Core or something. Playing forward. Or USL, yeah. USL, maybe. 42nd minute. I mean, he's definitely raw, but he's talented. But he's making the saves. Which is why I say he's raw, but he has talent, you know. He's raw, but he has talent. I'm not saying he definitely would have to play USL or MLS Next Pro first if you wanted to sign him. But dude's got talent. Dude's got talent. Yeah. Prehistoric era, but they have. They have. This is true. Robin Hood has as well. Robin Hood has won the Champs Cup as well. "43rd minute, free kick. Free kick. Taken. Oh, no. Over the wall. That's out for a goal. Corner kick, actually. Corner kick. And that's wide. Oh. I could have sworn they at least made the final two. Transvaal was the one that won. My bad. Robin Hood made the final two, though, didn't they? They made the final before. I could have sworn, at least. Transvaal was the one that won. Yeah. Robin Hood made the final, though, early on. I could have sworn they done that. But you're right. Cross in. Could have sworn they made the final, though. Robin Hood did. Transvaal was the one that won. You're right. Thanks. But I think Robin Hood has made a final, though. Shot wide. Be a goal kick, 45th minute. Two minutes stoppage time. Yeah, 2 Champs Cups. I remember that. 2 minutes added on. Yeah, I heard about that. I hate to hear it. Which one? Playing forward. And yeah, almost all of us are older than all the MLS clubs. Well, okay, Rory's not. His club, MLS era, he's older than their MLS era, but he's not older than the Timbers themselves. Because they played in other leagues before they played in MLS. Now, I'm older than my club, actually. One minute left of stoppage time. Now, I'm older than my MLS club. I think Rory might be one of the only ones of us who's not older than his club. Their MLS era, yes, he is. But the whole history of the Portland Timbers, no. No, he's not. But if you want to go by their MLS history, then technically, yes. Playing forward. Seconds to go of the first half, 0-0. Defense Force didn't finish their chances, but they had a lot of them. They should be leading. I agree. They should be able to figure this out, right? You would think. And it's halftime, 0-0 at the half. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. I'll be back as quick as possible. I won't take my sweet ass time. I'll try to get back as quick as I can. 0-0 at the half. We'll be back for the second half, top of the stats. Sit tight. Defense Force, the better team. They should be winning, though. Sit tight, be back. 0-0. We're back for the stats at the half. Well, I wouldn't say stats at the half because CONCACAF's module does not like showing stats for this tournament. It's the second time I've covered a game during this tournament. It doesn't show the stats. So it does for the Central American Cup. So I'll just go off what I saw. But the good news is it was pretty damn obvious. Defense Force is the better team. They've had the better chances. They have not put them away. It's that simple. They have not scored. They should have scored. They should be up 2 or 3 goals by now. They are not. They are not. It's simple. I don't think you need stats to tell it. It's just the fact of they need to score. They haven't scored. They should have scored. They're the better team, though. At some point, they got to break through. I would be shocked. I would legitimately be shocked if this game ends where Defense Force either draws it or somehow loses it. I would be shocked. But that's the reason they play the games. So, do that what you will. If I'm a Defense Force fan, yeah, I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be scared. At some point, they got to break through. At some point. I would be shocked if they didn't. At some point, they got to break through. Oh, there we go. Let's see. The Patriots are losing to the Giants. 14-0. Ben Woolridge is playing. He's played the most out of the quarterbacks. He's played the whole game. Oh, okay. Ben Woolridge has played the whole game so far for the Patriots. Well, that doesn't look so good. Either way, how's the Steelers doing? They're winning by 3. Let's go. Yes. I'm happy to see that. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, you don't. If you stay, you may figure it out. Fox Soccer Plus on American TV, Canadian, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, Caribbean, ESPN, South America, ESPN, Central America, ESPN, Mexico, Tubi, England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Also, you could use a VPN and just go to CONCACAF's YouTube channel if you set it to Canada or England or anything that isn't in Central America or Mexico or so on and so forth. But that's what I know, what they put down. So maybe I should either way. Second half will start in minutes. Second half will start. Hazley Crawford Stadium, Port of Spain. Yes, that's where they're playing. That's the stadium they're playing in. Second half will start soon. Still 0-0. Well, of course it is. But we'll see how the second half goes. We'll be live for the Alianza Alajuelense game once that starts as well. That's the game we'll review tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow for a Leagues Cup quarterfinal recap, semifinal prediction. Saturday off, Toronto plays Sunday afternoon. Just to be clear. If you're sticking around, that'd be cool. So now you know. If you don't, we'll see if Defense Force plays again. Or you're here for Trinidad during the international break. If I cover their games. Or if I choose their games. Either way, I think I am. At least September-wise. With that being said, we'll see. I guess somebody predicting 2-0 for Defense Force. They should be up by 2 already, but yeah, I think in the end, they'll probably get the goal. They'll get another because Juventus de Cayes has to push for it. They'll get another. The longer they keep it tied, Juventus de Cayes, the better for them, at least. Well, at least get the point. When, I'm not sure. Second half starts soon. But yeah, Defense Force has been the better team. They finally just got to score. Second half starting soon. Oh, the Patriots got a field goal. Yay. Borregales with a field goal, but he missed one earlier. It's only preseason. It's only preseason. Drake May hasn't played. He isn't playing. Calm down. Calm down. Still waiting for the second half. San Miguelito 1-0 over Herediano. Yes. I'm shocked to hear that, I will say. I'm very shocked to hear that. Herediano ain't had it this year. I'm going to be real. Herediano and Real España are both the two biggest disappointments of this Central American Cup season. I will agree right there. CS Herediano, as of now, still only has 3 points. Of course, this is their third match. Real España, if they win their match next week, I think they're playing. Hold on. No, they lost to them. They're playing Sporting San Miguelito, which they could hold them at 7 points if they play them and beat them. So 6 points for España is their highest chance. Herediano is going to play Municipal. You would hope there's a draw there if you're España. Dillon hence played all 4 of their matches, only has 4 points. So Real España still has a chance to advance if Herediano loses their match. And Municipal draws to Herediano. Which they could. They already have 2 draws. Well, good. He's going to Moreno. That's nice. But we'll talk more about that when we're covering Alianza Alajuelense. Alajuelense has to beat Alianza to have any chance to advance out of Group A. And then they would have to get a result off Antigua next week. Sadly enough, that's the 27th. Sadly enough, we can't cover that game because I think it's being played on the 27th, and Leagues Cup's being played that day, semifinals-wise. So we'll focus on the result as is. Second half about to kick off, and we are underway. 45 more minutes in this match. Defense Force kicks it off. Can they finally find their goal? And off the bat, they don't hold possession. So weird, Brenner's going back to Cincinnati. Yeah, it is, but I'm not too surprised, all things considered. '46th minute. I'd like to see how Evander plays with him, though. I think that'll be an interesting... I think that'll be interesting to see how Evander plays with him, though. I think that might suit him better. How many goals do you think Chelsea will score tomorrow? 3. João Pedro, 2. Cole Palmer, 1. 3. Playing forward. That's out for a goal kick. LDU Quito is headed to the quarterfinals of Copa Libertadores. Well, good for them. Hmm. 47th minute. LDU 2-1 aggregate. Well, good for them. Corner for Defense Force. We back. Corner. Cross in. Header. Still alive. Crossed in. Shot. Is it a goal? Offside. That'll be a goal kick. I guess it ran out. Nope, offside. Playing forward. They finally put one in the back of the net. Offside. '49th minute. Your stream's behind. It's on YouTube TV. I don't know how. And it's still red live icon. So over the top. Headed away. Brought down. Ball crossed in. Header. Wide. Goal kick for... No, it's a corner. Explain to me. Okay, I see why. The header defended out before the forward could even get his head on it. Corner. 50th minute. Cross in. Header. Nobody's there. You aren't even losing. I don't know how you say you're washed. '50th minute. Level. What is going level at 50th minute? They're very lucky, and y'all, killer instinct. Huh. 50th minute. Be a free kick. Atletico MG headed to quarterfinals of Copa Sudamericana, beat Godoy Cruz 3-1 aggregate. That's out. Goal kick. 52nd minute. The Sabal versus Cavalier game views going up. Okay. It was already high. Higher. Okay. Oh! That's a free kick. That was a dirty tackle. I'm surprised that wasn't a card. Shot, goal, goal, goal. Kevin Molino. Who else? Who else did you expect? Kevin Molino. 1-0 defense force, finally, from an angle, but he said, screw it, I'll do it myself. And he did. 1-0. 1-0. What a shot. That's what I expected. Onside. All he had to do was put it away and boom. Past the keeper. No chance. There it is. 1-0 defense force. Kevin Molino. Who? It had to be him. Had to be him. Finally. Goal 40 or 50th. 53rd minute. Kevin Molino 1-0. Let's see if they it starts totally falling off the rails for Juventus de Cayes now. They're going to have to push for it. They're going to have to. '53rd minute. Steelers are still leading by 3. Patriots are still down by 11. At least the Steelers are winning. If y'all stick around, you'll figure it out. With that, defense force moved to second on the table. Yep. Goal differential, if they score 2 more goals and don't allow any, they'll have the first place on goal differential. If they only score 1 and win 2-0, then there's tiebreakers that after week 1 certainly don't matter, but yet. Still be 2 goals scored, 0 allowed, so what, fair play points? Either way, it's week 1, so you're going to have to play them anyway, so you're going to have to play Sabao anyway, and Cavalier. Playing forward. Goalie has to kick it out or kick it away. He does that. First Sabal, second Defense Force, then Cavalier. This is our year. The more I watch a Cavalier, I agree with you. Defense Force, I feel like there's a good bit of luck that there's the only reason this is 1-0. They should be up by way more, though. They look like the better team, but they should be up by way more than 1 goal. Lots of dangerous saves, but saves that were made by Juventus de Cayes' goalkeeper. But it's 1-0. But Kevin Moreno scored the goal. But Defense Force, they should be able to handle Weymouth Wales, if not by more than Defense or Juventus de Cayes. Playing Cavalier, it depends on where they're playing the game. Hold on, let me check. Where are they playing the game? At this point, I think that's what matters. Cavalier was on the road there. Cavalier is hosting Defense Force. They go on the road to play Weymouth Wales. Lucky. So, Defense Force has to get a result on the road in Jamaica. We'll see what happens there. The good news, Defense Force also has to go on the road to play Sabal. That's a horrible draw. They host Weymouth Wales. They have to go on the road to play Sabal and Cavalier. You got to get a result against somebody. I still think Cavalier's getting at least 6 points against the Cayes and Weymouth. So you have at least got to beat Weymouth and get a point off Cavalier to advance. Luckily for you, Defense Force plays they play Cavalier, then they play Weymouth Wales. So you have to get a point your second match, beat Weymouth Wales, and then see what happens with Sabal. If you could do that, you're advancing. But going away to Jamaica, okay. Sabal way is hard. Look at their home crowd. Exactly, that's my point. Substitution, St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire is on for Bertrand. 58th minute. Defense Force going to win, but this game will be risky. Sometimes you just got to get the 3 points. And again, I don't know. They've been the better team. It's not that they haven't. It's the fact that they should have scored more goals. But they've been the better team. It's not like they're a bad team. It's not like they're playing equal to a team that they're equal and the slightly better team just wins out. No, they're definitely the better team. It's just luck hasn't really smiled down on them. Sometimes it's one of those games. Just get the damn result. Get the damn win. Hold on to it, which I think you will, but you know what I mean. Excuse me. Playing forward. Shot blocked. It's out for a throw-in for Juventus de Cayes. 59th minute. Have the ball and they're playing it backwards. Hey, if the Patriots suck, I'll just be bandwagoning the Steelers harder. What happened last year, I'm just glad, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. If the Patriots suck, they suck. I still have teams to bandwagon. I love watching the Detroit Lions win because Dan Campbell's a badass. The Bucs, I still am a big fan of Baker Mayfield, and they're still the players that Brady played with and won a Super Bowl with. So there's that. So I'm still more of a Bucs fan than I thought I would be. Mostly because of Baker. Steelers, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you stick around, you'll figure it out. Why bandwagon them? If you don't stick around, well, that's on you. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I have no expectations for state, but we'll cover the college games as well. Yeah, it's about 1-4 draw only one time at home against 1-4 draw once versus Liga MX's team, and they should have beat Chivas. It should have been 5 wins. Either way. But the reason I bandwagon the Steelers is a beautiful reason to bandwagon them. So let's put it like that. 61st minute. By the way, they're winning by 6. The Steelers. That's good. Simply lovely. Playing forward. '61st minute. Juventus de Cayes playing the ball forward. Oh, defense force trying to find another goal. They might. Plays forward, blocked away, cleared. Short passes around the defensive line, and that's not honestly that smart, and they steal it. Okay. Well, I mean, I bandwagoned them last year when they had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, and you know how much Russell Wilson wanted to make me pull my hair out. So, I mean, I always had a soft spot for the Steelers anyway, but the beautiful reason definitely made the soft spot more of a, I'm glad to root for them. Even if the Patriots are good, as long as the Patriots don't lose to them. Ball crossed in. If the Patriots lose to them this year, I could care less. They suck. Well, they might suck. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is better than Russell Wilson, though, for sure. 62nd minute. Sedano is on for Araujo Wilson. Yeah. But Caribbean football's grown heavily, both nationally and domestic league-wise, overall, in my opinion. So it's awesome. I love seeing it grow. If I'm going to watch them play, you know. Caribbean football has heavily grown over the past half decade, 6, 7, 8 years, I'd say, over almost a decade. Depends on where you want to push it, but depends on where you want to push that earliest date of Caribbean football really growing, especially with the national teams. I think club-wise it's really just 2 or 3 years. But either way, well, technically the Club Shield is ran by CFU, which qualifies 2 teams to this tournament, which is how Weymouth Wales got here. And I think Mount Pleasant, 64th minute. Through their own league because of the Suriname Major League, which started as soon as they damn won the Caribbean Cup. 64th minute. San Miguelito 2-0 Herediano. You know what I mean. I know what you mean. Mocha, there we go. Thank you. I knew it was a bigger team. Mocha. Yes. Playing forward. Yeah, O&M actually qualified through the Dominican League. Yes. Harbor or Mount Pleasant qualified through the Jamaican League. I knew it was a bigger team that made it with Weymouth. Mocha. But once they're in, that Definitely is good for them, all things considered. Mocha and Sabal hate each other. I'm sure they do, but we could. Hey, BKL, is he right? Player down hurt, 65th minute. Playing forward. That was the Moreno goal. '66th minute, 1-0. Damn good goal by Moreno. Yeah. I said he could still be playing in MLS. I'm surprised he isn't. 1-0. I'm surprised he isn't, frankly. '66th minute. Wow. But that was the first goal, by the way, if that's what you're saying wow about. That was a replay. Playing forward. Free kick. No. Here comes Juventus de Cayes. They have a chance. Save. Not good enough of a shot. Low, and that was never going in. That was never going in. Player down, hurt. Taking off his shoe. Yeah, he's done. He's done. '67th minute. '68th minute. $1-0. You take your cleats off, you take your boots off, you're done. That's I've learned that. If a player takes his boots off on the pitch, he knows he's done. He knows he's cooked. Whether that be just one night or multiple games, then you find that out later. But who Defense Force play next? They have the bye week next week. They do not play next week. They play again on the 17th of September playing Cavalier on the road in Jamaica. So they have a bye week next week. They're the team who doesn't play next week on match week 2 out of the 5-team group. Weymouth Wales plays Sabal, hosts Sabal, but they're still going to get their ass kicked. I'm pretty sure about that. Cavalier plays Juventus de Cayes and hosts Juventus de Cayes. Then, of course, there's multiple weeks off because of the international break. After the international break, September 17th, Cavalier hosts Defense Force. September 18th, Juventus de Cayes plays Weymouth Wales. Defense Force hosts Weymouth Wales on September 25th. September 23rd, Juventus de Cayes hosts Sabal, but they'll still get their ass kicked. October 1st is the final match week. Defense Force goes to Sabal. Weymouth Wales hosts Cavalier on October 1st. 70th minute. Weymouth game, hosting them September 25th. So next week is Defense Force's bye week for all intents and purposes. Whenever a team doesn't play in these 5-team groups, I just call it the bye week because, if you watch any sort of gridiron football, you know what a bye week is. Jelani Felix is off for Goddard. 70th minute. I guess in college you could also call it open week. But either way, ball crossed in, high angle, caught by the keeper, 70th minute. But bye week. Still 2-0. San Miguelito leads Herediano. The last two games of the group stage are being played August 28th for Central American Cup. We will be live. Real España versus San Miguelito. Sichon is on for Henry. 26th, we'll be live for games. Alajuelense plays on the 27th, so that's going to be the day we cover Leagues Cup semifinals. We will watch the Independiente Cartagenas game live on the 26th of August. 27th is Olympia versus Xelajú, so we cannot cover that, but we'll keep an eye on the score line for that match. 71st minute while we're doing Leagues Cup games. No. By the way, speaking of, Mississippi State plays that day. No. Here's what we're going to do on August 30th. 11 a.m., Mississippi State versus Southern Miss. Live RSR. Then TFC plays at 6 o'clock, like normal. Live RSR for the TFC game. So 2 lives, 2 reviews on Saturday the 30th. If I was going to do a college game, it was going to be Mississippi State. Duh. Maybe Notre Dame. Because the same beautiful reason I bandwagon the Steelers is the same beautiful reason I bandwagon Notre Dame. Well, I always had a soft spot for Notre Dame as well, weirdly enough. But 72nd minute. That's the other game day. All right. 72nd minute. But no, August 30th will be Mississippi State versus Southern Miss. Hey, it's early enough. I could do both. Alex is not here right now. I wonder. 73rd minute. 1-0 for Defense Force. Maybe he'll show up for the next game. Maybe I don't know what he's doing, really. You can't be at every show, you know. 19-10 for the Steelers. Oh, the Patriots got it to 10-14. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Ben Woolridge is shaping up a bit. Okay. Good. Playing forward. '74th minute. All right. 74th minute. Playing forward. Free kick the other way. 74th minute. 1-0. One nil. $75 minutes. 15 more minutes to go. Playing forward. Shot. That's safe. That I thought he had it. I thought he had it. Shot. Moreno tried to get another, but that was just no, that was never going in. '76th minute. Playing forward. Playing forward. Nice. Oh, he almost got through there. I thought he was going to get through. 76th minute. '77th minute. 1-0. Playing forward. Defense force has the ball, trying to at least see this game out, but get the second goal. That would be nice. Playing forward. Blocks the ball down. Cartagena 6-1 Verdez. I could have sworn the score was more. I could have sworn that score was more. Hold on. Here we go. 8-1, actually. It was 8-1 Cartagena's, just so you know. 8-1. It was 8-1. You must have went to sleep when it hit 6. It doesn't matter. They won by a lot anyway. Montagua beat Verdez 1-4. Saprissa beat them 2-1. Independiente beat them 3-1. And then Cartagena's beat them 8-1. Do that what you will. Playing forward, 78th minute. Who's winning Caribbean as it is so far? Defense Force is winning the game. Looking at the standings, it's only been one match week because of the less rounds, so they start this a little bit later. But O&M, 3 points. They won by 2-0 over Central. Mount Pleasant beat Robin Hood 1-0. They have 3 points. Mocha was on the bye. Cibao won 2-0 over Cavalier. Defense Forces winning 1-0 over Juventus de Cayes. Weymouth has the bye. So it's a tie between O&M and Cibao when you want to talk about the best team in this tournament. So far. It's only been one match week, though. And Defense Force could still join that tie if they score a second goal. And if they score 2 plus 1, they'll be the best team so far. But it's hard to really make a call after 1 week. Really is. I mean, statistically, there's that. But it's hard to make a call after 1 week. But 79th minute. At least I would say so. But for one game each, one team's on the bye. But Mocha should do well. And when it comes to teams on the bye, Mocha and their group should do well. Weymouth should get destroyed. So, again, knowing there was one team on the bye, you can't really make a call. You just got to look at the numbers. And there's 2 teams who've won 2-0, sitting first place in their groups. And there might be a third if Defense Force gets a second goal. If they get a third goal, they'll be the best team so far. But, you know, it's that simple. Really. There we go. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. 1-0. Playing forward. Header. Playing forward. Ooh. Brought down. Headed on. Right back, but it picks up defense force. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Playing forward. Playing forward. Here's a chance. Ball crossed back to the top of the box. That'll be cleared. Goes through. Shot! That's going to be goal kick. 82 minutes of 90. (82 minutes of 90). 1-0. Playing forward. Ooh. Brought down. (83 minutes). Headed on. Defense force, another come on. They're at least winning. Playing on. 83 minutes. That's offside. Still 19-10 between the Steelers and Panthers. Steelers are winning. Good. (84th minute). Parking the bus. Well, that's kind of stupid from Juventus to Cayes, considering you're still losing. You have to chase, at least to get a goal. But what about against the run of play? You ain't shown any of that, so. Playing forward. Horrible giveaway. Horrible giveaway. They could have easily scored there. 84th minute. (85th minute). (1-0). Playing forward. Goes down. Still has the ball. Top of the box. Plays through. Shot. Out for a corner. No goal kick. Really? 86th minute. '86th minute. Playing forward. Out for a throw. Playing forward. 87th minute. Steelers win. Let's go. 19-10. Steelers win. Let's go. Lovely. Simply lovely. Simply lovely. 1-0 for Defense Force. They should be winning by more, but they're doing well. They're doing well. 87th minute, in my opinion. '88th minute, 1-0. Boring game, not going to lie. They should have scored more goals. Playing forward, wide. Goal kick. '89th minute, should have been 2-0. Should have been more than that. Should have been 2-0 at the half. One more minute before stoppage time. One more minute to go. Man of the match, Kevin Moreno. Simple. River Plate 1-1 Libertad, 1-1 aggregate. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Player down. But yeah, Kevin Moreno, easy. $30 seconds. How much stoppage time are we going to get? There'll be a couple of minutes, I'm sure of it, but hopefully not 5. I don't see where 5 would come from. Anything above 5 either. So let's not throw in 10 seconds. '90th minute, 3 minutes of stoppage time. Okay. River Plate are playing with 10 men. Okay. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and it's 1-0 for Defense Force. Just hold on. Don't do nothing stupid. Defense Force was not really tested. Yeah. maybe once. 30 seconds, 2:30 to go. Yellow card. Playing forward. Garcia gets a yellow card with 2 minutes to go. Well, even before then, but playing forward. Halfway through stoppage time. Well, now we're halfway through stoppage time. 1:30 more to go. Played on. Offside. The final minute. Playing forward. Free kick. Over the top. Header. Picked up. Good. 20 seconds to go. 1-0 for Defense Force. And it's full time. Holy shit, they called it early. With that being said, 1-0, Defense Force wins. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the next couple of minutes. Probably by 9:05 for the live watch along of Alianza FC versus LD Alajuelense Central American Cup. We'll be back for that and review it once it's over as well. But I will see you soon. Very, very soon. I'm rounding them out. Peace. See you.